Hey everybody. All right, so I'm here with Jeremy. Jeremy, welcome.
Hi everybody.
And Jeremy is a student here. And Jeremy, what, you're getting close to graduating?
I am. I'm going to be out of here in 2 weeks.
And so Jeremy's been around. He knows the ropes. He's going to get in there. He's going to show us what a barber college is like on the inside. And there's a lot of cool stuff to see, right?
All kinds of cool stuff.
So we appreciate you giving us this tour. Hope you guys at home are ready for this. Jeremy, let's get started, man.
Hey, come on in. So welcome to the Barber College. This is where we learn our trade and where we learn to cut hair and we learn to do shaves and we learn to do all kinds of cool things in the barbering business.
Wow, and this is a pretty big space. This is not a small room, huh?
No, we've got
Hey, Mr. Cox.
We've got about 20 barber stations here and we can accommodate up to 22 students at a time.
So when you say a barber station, can you show me what a barber station is?
Yeah, we'll check out Justin's station here. He's getting ready to graduate too.
Hey.
And this is some of his cool equipment. We've got all kinds of clippers that we use to cut hair with. They have different attachments so that we can cut at different lengths. We have obviously our barber shears that we use to cut the hair with.
And so is that the technical term for scissors?
Yes, yeah, they're barber shears.
All right, cool.
And then we have little detail outliners that we use that trim really close and really tight with the hair.
Yeah.
We obviously have hair dryers for when we get hair wet.
Oh, nice.
Then we have different sprays that we use to clean our equipment with, and this is called a sterilizer box right here that keeps our equipment clean when we're not using it.
And how does it keep it clean? It just looks like a box to me.
It's called ultraviolet light. So that light bulb has a special ultraviolet lighting that
kills germs.
Yep, kills germs,
Wow.
basically like the sunlight. Then we have a Barbercide, which is a chemical that sterilizes all of our equipment. So barbering is a lot about keeping things clean.
Okay, and I see there's a lot of different tools. So how are you going to know, what to pick when you look at this? You got your station set up, but I see a lot of stuff here.
Well, depending on what whenever a client comes in, depending on what type of haircut they want, is depending on what kind of different combs we use. So you'll notice my hair here. I go bald, so where's your razor at, Justin?
Close to the dome.
Yeah, close to the dome. So we use a razor
wow,
to
look at that. That's old
actually,
school
yeah, old school barbering at its best. So we would lather my head, and we would actually shave with a razor my head. Then, depending on how long they go, we would use a great big comb to cut
and those
longer
actually
hair.
fit on to...
Yeah, they're going to go on this clipper here. So when we clip that on, when we cut hair, that will actually keep that from cutting. Yep, cutting down too close.
And you've got all different sizes, so whatever somebody wants, you got all the solutions for them.
Then whenever we get their hair good and dirty and we cut all their hair, we have our neck duster here that you'll brush off all the hair of the client.
Yeah, and that's good because hair can be kind of itchy, right?
That's why we wear our smocks too, is to keep the hair off of us.
So that's cool. So I see both of y'all have one of these on. So
Yeah.
and they're not all going to be the same. So we've got two different ones here. But what's the general purpose of this? You called it a smock?
It's a Barber Smock, and that's what it's designed to. Of course, we wear our t-shirts and our clothes underneath, and this will allow that hair to fall off of us and not get into our clothes and make us itch.
So like if you're a cook, you wear an apron. If you're a doctor, you wear scrubs. If you're a barber, you wear a smock.
That's it.
All right, cool. And then I see this chair, and so the chair would be also part of the barber station, right?
Yep, this is our barber chair. We can use this to raise our client. Here you go, Justin. Why don't you work your chair there and show us how that barber chair works.
Raise it up to different heights, depending on how tall or short the client is.
Wow.
Then I can stand in one place and cut and spin them around.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so you don't have to like move around them. You can move them instead,
Mm-hmm.
and up and down and spin around. Very, very cool. It's kind of comfortable too, Maybe people like coming and sitting in the barber chair.
Heck
It
yeah,
is
they do.
comfortable. It relaxes back too if you get a shave.
So, so this is a barber station, huh?
Yeah.
That's
And
it.
each barber station is going to be set up about the same. Is that right?
Yeah, most barber stations are all set up about the same. You'll notice that the in particular, like the lighting is very important, so that that's why the lights are on the wall, so that whenever you have a client, you can have good lighting to see the hair.
Okay. Yeah,
So
that
that's very
would be
important.
important.
Yeah.
And so here in the Barber College, we've got a lot of stations. I think you said, what, about 20 or more?
Yeah.
And so does each student have their own barber station?
Yes. Right now we do, but Barber College can hold up to 2 students per chair.
Oh, wow. Very cool. Okay, so when I'm looking around, it looks like we've got almost kind of cookie cutter stations. I mean, each station, what you showed me over here, we're going to have kind of the same setup and the same equipment at each station. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And, you know, I really like this here, this sanitizer. That's kind of a futuristic looking thing.
Yeah.
But, so what else do we have in the Barber College? Because you already mentioned 2 different things that you guys will learn. One is cutting hair. One would be shaving.
Yes, we can take a look at our shaved chair.
Okay, awesome. And so there's a special chair for this,
Yeah,
or a special station.
Yeah, we have a special shave station. And you'll notice that the diagram on the wall kind of shows you we have 14 different shaving points.
Yeah, talk about this. This is pretty neat.
Yeah, so this is neat. You learn how to shave a face in certain directions, depending on what area of the face you're working on. So basically this chair here is our shave chair. And you can adjust this chair, the headrest, to make the client comfortable. And then this chair here is electric. So what it does is you can raise the client up, or you can bring the client back, and you can raise their height,
Nice.
or take them down. And then once you get the client comfortable, we have a lather machine here. So you can take this lather here, and that's what we use to put on the client's head or face that we're shaving. And it basically allows your razor to glide over the customer without cutting them.
So is that, you know, like shaving cream? Most
Yep.
people have seen, you know,
Yeah,
people
it's like
that
shaving
they
cream
use
at
shaving
home.
cream.
But this is this lather machine, it heats it up, so it's nice and warm for the
Oh,
client.
wow, it sounds nice.
So yeah, and then what we do a lot of times is we'll take our towels, and we actually make hot towels that we can put on a client's face, and that loosens their pores and softens their hair so that we can shave them a lot better.
Really interesting. So you're talking, that's 2 different things that you're talking about that are involving heat. So what role does heat play in shaving?
So whenever your skin reacts to heat and cold, so whenever you heat your skin, it actually opens your pores and softens your hair, so that we can work with it better.
Yeah.
And then at the end, a lot of times we'll put a cold towel on to close those pores back up and
very cool.
and seal your face back up.
Yeah. So kind of figuring out some tips and tricks to make the haircut more pleasant. All right, now here's another thing I'm looking at over here. I'm seeing you got some heads on the wall.
Yeah, those are our perm mannequins. So whenever you want to get some really curly hair, and you'll see people that have really curly hair, what they'll do is we'll take these perm rods, and we have to learn how to roll this hair really tight, and then we use a solution that goes on these perm rollers, and it locks that hair into this curly. So we can actually take hair that's as straight as this, we can roll it in these perm rods, we can put a treatment on there, and then when we take the rollers out, the hair stays in that curly position. So it's called a perm.
And that is what I've heard perm before, but
Yeah, your
your
mom probably used to get a perm.
Yeah.
Perm is an old.
And look, we've got, this looks similar, right? The drawings on that face, they remind me of this right here.
Yep. So we'll take a practice razor, and we use these mannequins to learn how to actually stroke the face of the client whenever we're learning to shave the client.
That's cool. So a lot of practice.
A lot of practice, and mannequin heads come in with a lot of help to where we can mess up on a mannequin and not mess up on somebody's actual face.
Is somebody practicing braiding on this one?
Yeah, we've had a couple of our students that want to practice braiding and get into braiding a lot, so which is part of barbering. Anything to service the client, whether it be hair cutting, massages. We get into scalp massages. We get into braiding. We do facial treatments. We can do hair color, which you would see this bowl right here. And I'll show you our color cabinet. and we can actually mix up color, and we put that on folks' hair, and it will actually color the hair.
And so when you say mix up color, I mean, it sounds like an artist mixing up like a palette of paint. Is that almost the same concept?
It really is. And what you'll learn about barbering is you have to, we'll get into that in the classroom a little bit on some of the things that we learn in the classroom, but hair color is a lot about chemistry. So you'll learn different things with hair solutions that require different types of color treatments that use chemicals that react with that.
Oh, wow.
And have a chemical reaction is what you're trying to achieve there.
So, people at home that are watching, they may kind of have a one-dimensional idea of a barber, right? Somebody that just cuts hair with either scissors, shears, we've now learned, or clipper, the electric
That's right.
shears, I guess.
Yep.
And so what we're finding out now, though, is that is definitely not the case, that there's a lot more that you all are learning, and some of it kind of gets into like the science side of things. It's not just about cutting hair.
What's neat and one of the biggest things that I took away from barbering about this profession is the history of barbering. So without getting into too much detail, but what you'll find is that barbers, actually doctors, back in ancient times, the barber was the town doctor, was the town obviously barber. Then they were also highly thought of as politicians, and
Wow.
they were kind of the town center. So dentistry, they used to work on the customer's teeth.
Wow.
At the barbers. So you'll find that the chemistry behind barbering and all of the muscles of the face and massage and different reactions that you get are all studied in barbering.
Wow, the history little lesson there is really cool. That is
Yeah.
interesting to hear kind of what all different roles barbers have served over time. Okay, so there's a classroom component as well, and so before we get in there, do we have any other things? I'm noticing over here, you mentioned something about warming towels, and this looks like it says towel warmer. Is this what y'all use, or is this just an example?
So what we'll do is we'll heat up a towel, and we roll these towels up.
You've got your nice washing station right here. You can just get it hot.
And we roll these towels up, and at the beginning of our day, we'll make a lot of these, and we'll turn this on, and we put our towels down in this warmer.
And so they're still, kind of wet. They've got some water in there.
They
and
do.
That will help keep them.
And that keeps this moist and warm, and then that just stays in there until we have a client that's ready.
Too cool.
And then when we're ready, we'll come to our towel warmer, and we'll get one of our warm towels out to take care of our client
Yeah.
with.
Very nice. So, are we? Have we missed anything? Are we missing? Are we missing out on any of the stuff you guys use?
No, I mean we can show you like some of these creams and different things that we use, different products that we use. Like
Stuff that goes in the hair.
Hair lotions. We have different creams that we apply to faces for different treatments of whether it be a client that may have acne or dandruff, or we use all kinds of different shampoos.
And that almost sounds like back into that kind of multi-role of a barber. It's like almost like a doctor,
it's
having
true.
different products that work for different things. All right, so I see. I'd like to know about this little chair over here. What is it? Because this looks like a sink, but like I don't see a place to wash my hands in here or anything.
So what this is our shampoo bowl. So we'll have a client that sits in this chair right here, and if you'll notice, this chair has a angle to the back of it.
Yep.
It's so that they can rest their head in this slot right here, and they'll tilt their head back and they'll rest in this sink bowl so that their head is actually in this shampoo bowl.
Yeah. Wow.
Then this hose, we can turn it on, and we'll turn their hair on, and we can actually rinse their hair and get their hair wet, and actually use that hose to take care of.
And their head is right in here the whole time.
It is. So we'll take this mannequin right here. Hold on, I'll show you. Come here, little lady.
Oh, does she need a
She needs
hair
a
wash?
shampoo. So the client's head will be resting right in here, and we can actually take that.
Wow, look at that. And so, you know, people that are watching, if they go to a barber shop, this is something, you know, these are some of the services that we're getting an example of right now that they could actually have themselves.
Yep, we use this shampoo bowl to actually, obviously, shampoo and put conditioner in and clean their hair. But whenever you get a hair color service, we have to clean all of the color out of the hair. Whenever we do a perm service and all those different chemicals that we put on their hair, we have to rinse those out. So we learn how to rinse the hair and take care of our client to make sure that when they leave, their hair is good and clean and put back into position.
Yeah. Wow.
We'll let her sit right there.
There you go. And that's look at that. That hair's got a nice wash going. Hey, thanks for showing us that. That was really cool. So I'd like to know about the hair color. You had mentioned that you guys have different colors and all. Can we see what that looks like?
Yeah,
as far
absolutely. Let me get the key from Mr. Cox and we'll go get into the hair color cabinet. Hey, Mr. Cox, can I get the hair color key?
And over here we've got the Instructor Station, right?
Yeah, this is where the teachers sit and do their thing.
And you got a lot of plaques and papers and stuff back there, Mr. Cox.
That's right.
You've been doing this for a while, huh?
60 years.
60 years. Well, that's enough time to rack up some plaques, that's for sure.
Yeah.
We're gonna go check out the hair color station.
Thank you.
Oh, we're like in a whole new room back here.
Yeah, this is our classroom. So this is where we have class every morning. And in here is where we learn. You can take a picture over on the wall. You can see some of the cool charts and stuff that we use to learn all the different parts of the hair and the different muscles of the face and the skeleton. And we have to learn all of that as part of our curriculum to be able to get our barber's license.
Yeah, this is intense. I wouldn't have thought I was gonna see a blood circulation chart in a barber college, you know, so very interesting. You got hand and arm in here too?
Yeah, we learn the hands and arms. We learn one of the really neat ones is the detailed portion of how hair actually grows and how it actually has glands underneath that secrete oils and different things, how hair grows and replaces itself.
You got your whiteboard and all your stuff for class?
Yep.
Some lockers?
Yeah, we have some lockers that we can store our personal stuff in while we're out there barbering.
Yeah.
And then in here is our supply room. So this is where we do our laundry. We take care of our all of our supplies. We have a little refrigerator here where we can bring in our own lunch and store that.
Yep.
But then this in here is our hair color cabinet.
And so it's locked up. Why is it locked up?
It's required to be locked by law because of the chemicals that we use. So you can see it's sometimes it can get very messy, but you use these different hair colors and they are just really thick inks and they're really greasy and dirty.
And they really look like almost like paint tubes.
They are like paint tubes, and then what we do is we put some of that in a bowl.
Yep.
And then we mix a chemical with it that is called a developer, and then that gets applied to the hair.
And each one of those is different too. So not only do you have different colors down here, it looks like, but up here, I mean, those have different colors on the bottles as well.
Yep. And the reason for that is each number tells you how strong it's going to react. So if I have somebody that I want to, say, go from blonde hair to really dark hair, I want to use a really strong developer. But if I have somebody that I'm just covering a little bit of gray hair or just doing some touch-ups, I want to use a really light one.
Wow.
So very, very chemical oriented and a lot of chemical reactions that we use here.
Well, you know, I'm amazed at how many different colors there are too. I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know. People can get all kinds of colors they want.
They can get all kinds of colors, and some of them that I can show you, for example, from really dark to really light would be, so this one here is a number 3. So it is the darkest brown that you can get.
Okay.
Then you have all the way up to a 10 that is just a really light gold.
Yeah, wow. So it's like from black to blonde.
So you can color hair from anything from the darkest of blacks to the lightest of blondes.
Wow.
So if you'll, like one of our chemicals is a bleach. don't know that I see any, but we can actually bleach out hair and take all the color out of hair. So we can take somebody with really dark hair and we can turn them into a blonde.
Oh wow! So it can go both directions.
It can go
You
both
darken
directions.
or lighten and everything. And that's
Yeah.
again kind of that chemistry idea of you
And
need to
then
know what to use.
Some of the fun ones we can.
Oh yeah, you got colors.
We've got really intense reds and blues.
Wow.
This is a yellow, so we can do any color of the
Anything we
rainbow.
want.
Yeah,
Too cool.
it's really neat learning all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, sounds like it. Oh well, this has been a great tour. So I mean, we've basically seen all the different parts of the college now. Is that right?
Yeah, this is about all of our areas that we use on a daily basis to learn our barbering trade.
Well, Jeremy, I really appreciate the tour. This has been awesome, and I hope everybody at home has enjoyed. And maybe we'll get to see a haircut in process. But thanks again for showing us around, and good luck as you get closer to graduation. Good luck in your future, and it sounds like you've learned a lot to be able to take care of clients.
Yeah, I appreciate the time, and you guys have a great time, and I hope you've learned a lot about barbering today.
All right, we'll see you.